Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to the Jeffries network on OpenTTD. Now we start over here at GSJ, and as you can see there's a bit of a queue waiting to get into the station at the moment. That's because of the DMUs we set up in the last episode, and the semi-fast service we set up in the last episode, sort of just taking up the entire station. Let me show you. There they are. So, not ideal, admittedly. It will sort itself out over time though, thankfully. But even so, it's a bit of a pain in the backside. But we're not going to let that bother us too much, because there's other things in the world worth worrying about. What is going on here? Why are these just randomly changing to really weird numbers? Not a big fan of that. All of these. Hang on a second, guys. This is not how I wanted to start today's episode, but I really want to fix this now. I noticed that it seems to be the same number each time, 181. Maybe there's something I'm not aware of on this route. But Reed has been working hard creating a map for this network. That's the word I'm looking for. And this line is now called the River Line, and I actually very much like that line, because I do remember specifically saying in the episode that I built this line that it was to follow the path of the river, so I am very happy with that name. It's a nice name. You know, you get things like the East Coast Main Line, the West Coast Main Line, and granted, that's where they go and that's what they are, but there's no romanticism about it anymore. It's just, that's the main line. So I like the fact now that we've got... Sorry, I'm just trying to finish this off while I'm talking. I like the fact that we've got something nice like the River Line. I think that's a very nice name. Very pleased with that. So that will be sticking. That is exactly what this line will be called. Although, for Reed's benefit, I'm just going to quickly show a bit more about what Guard City looks like. So here's Guard City itself, with Tronfingley down here and Braston over here. Don't need to include the town names, that's just me being pedantic. We got the tram line that goes between Guard City, St John and Braston via Braston Central, Guard City and Guard City Central. And then coming out of Guard City on Eastern Speed Rail, I believe you called it. The first stop is Friendborough, that's the one that I missed out. And then the second one is Graffingfield, which is also on the fast lines as well. So that's about the limits, isn't it? I believe. In fact, I think Graffingfield might even be outside the limits, but it might be worth adding that one on, just because it's got the main line connection as well, the high-speed connection. It's not even high-speed, is it? It's got the express connection. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to show at the start of this. Should we do some building? I think we should do some building. So, all the way over... Where are we? All the way over here at Fenninghead Cross. In the last episode, I set up a plan. It wasn't that plan. It was this plan. Of a new section of the line. To go via Trendham, around the back of the lake here to Fedworth, and then over here to Great Brofingfield. Bronfingburg. Where did I get Brofingfield from? Helps to read, doesn't it? Also, BNSF came up with an idea for a heritage line. You said between Farborn and Frewham, I think you said, using the rail motors. I think that's actually a pretty cool idea. Although I always like to build things on a grander scale. So Farborn could be a potential terminus, and we will have an extra platform here for heritage trains only. I like the idea of it coming down here via Fledingwell Ridge, but then I don't want it to go via Pronworth because it's a big town. I do like the idea of it going via Frewham though, because it is a smaller town. Basically have it going through small towns and villages and trying not to make those towns and villages grow. It's a bit of a task, but I'm sure we'll do it. Anyway, we're not going to do that today. Today we are going to focus on this. So I do remember saying last episode that we were, every episode, we were going to build a section of line and either extend services or add new services. That's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to build a section of line, and the first thing we will do is extend the express service to link up with the line and the new station. The second thing we will do is quite possibly add a new service, because I think Fenninghead is a good... I don't know actually. Maybe add some semi-fasts in that will then stop at all stations outside of... Hang on, it'd be easier if I explain it once we've actually finished building the line. So I'm going to do that now. And then afterwards I will explain what I mean by how these trains work. Otherwise I'm just going to distract myself from building or distract myself from talking, and we will know how that ends. Okay, so I'm going to go around the back of Trendham here. I'm going to get rid of this and this, because we don't really need the industry at this very moment in time. In the future we will do, but not right now. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to replace it with a bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Do viaduct. That'll do. Right. And then I'll have 4 bridges that will go across here. So I'll put those in now. So you're slow. You're slow. Excuse me. You are fast and you are fast. Okie dokie. Right, so now we want this to come out. I'm going to do it like that, and then I'm going to do that, linking up. We'll get rid of these excess. I know what I mean, even if no one else does. Right, so that's that'll be Trendham linked up. And then we're going to go around the back of the lake, like I said, over here. This is where the line starts heading south. Like so. There might be some points where the line sort of goes down to 2 tracks again. A good example for me, near where I live, is a place called Digswell. And Digswell itself is just a small village. There's not really a lot there. It's just outside Welwyn Garden City, to the north. But it's also the location of Digswell Viaduct, which is a very, very, very nice looking viaduct on the East Coast Main Line. Between... just trying to remember, I think it's between Welwyn Garden City and Welwyn North stations. And because of the viaduct being quite old, they haven't extended it or widened it or anything, so it's actually 2 track. So through Welwyn Garden City it's 4 track, then it goes down to 2 track to cross the viaduct and go through Welwyn North, and then it goes through a tunnel which is also 2 track, and then at the other side of the tunnel, not too far away from Nebworth, which might be famous because of someone else's YouTube channel, thumbs up if you know who that is, but Nebworth is where it goes back into 4 track. So again, I like to do little throwbacks to parts of the rail network that I like, and I think that would be a good example of one. It's just a question of where to put it. I don't know. You'll also notice that I'm starting the groundwork for Great Brofingberg's station. Bronfingberg, I still can't say it. Bronfingberg. And I might try and put it so that it also connects up to Kinhill. I think that would be a smart move. I'm going to try not to get rid of the river here actually, because I think the river looks quite picturesque. Again, I'm trying to adapt to the nature rather than just bulldoze my way through it. I've done a little bit of bulldozing already on this section, so we're trying to avoid doing any more if I can help it. And I should be able to get that line in there. Yep, good. So this is a nice picturesque line. The fact that it hasn't got overhead masts as well makes it even nicer. I do find that adds a big amount of... I mean, I prefer electrified rail routes. To me, they look more railway-like. But I do see the buzz in not having the wires, if you excuse the pun, because it does make it look nicer. You know, you don't have these ugly metal posts hanging everywhere and wires covering up the track. Especially if steam... Oh, hang on. That's in totally the wrong place. Especially if steam specials use that line. There's just something about a steam train running underneath electrical wires that looks wrong, in my book. I don't know what it is, because it doesn't... I mean, there's actually no effect whatsoever. It's not like the wires cause something in the engine to malfunction or anything. It's just it doesn't look right. Something about it looks off. But that's just my opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. I'm sure there's a few out there who agree with me. And I'm sure there's even more out there who don't. That's absolutely fine. Alright, again, we're going to keep this river intact as best as possible. Although I'm saying that. Actually, this might be a good candidate for 2-track. No. No. Don't know why I said that. I might have to get rid of the river here, or reroute it. Like I've rerouted it here. Ooh, okay, so that's a bit of an issue. Also, we're losing money. We are hemorrhaging money, and I think it's because I have inflation switched on. Yes. We'll turn inflation off for now. I do also need to repay the loan, which is medial compared to everything, but it does cost us 2,000 a year. You know, think of what you could do with that. Right, so that's how I want this to go now, so that I can actually build these bridges across. So what do you? Let's go tiered arch steel because they look quite fantastic. And viaduct. There we go. So this will go like this, and that will do there. So now we've got to get it across this way. And again, we're going to be climbing up through the hills on this particular section of track. It's working. The way that I've got the hills set up, the train doesn't really slow down. The one section of track where it really does slow down is that bit where I've got all the zigzagging going on. I will be getting rid of that in time. Not in the very near future, but I will be getting rid of it because it is a pain. You know, you're trying to run trains at max speed and then you've got this weird sort of section of track that just makes it impossible to run them at max speed. Right, here's the site of the station, and I think I will make this a 5-track. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to put a 5th one here, so that we can get the express trains terminating here as well, or at least stopping here once the overall line is complete. Big building project this. The entire Eastern Main Line, or Eastern Speedway as it's currently called, which again I'm quite fond of that name. It's one that I definitely would not have thought of myself. So yeah, that's why I say to people, you know, especially it's why I said to Reedy Reed, if you want to design me a map, that's absolutely fine. Don't ask me for names because I'm stuck already. So if you have a name idea, put it down yourself, and that will pretty much be the name of the line, because I can't think of any myself. And I'm normally, when people suggest ideas for names, a very good example was the helmet network on my Cities in Motion series. Someone suggested that I called it that and had each line named after a type of military unit that wore helmets, and straight away I thought that's a really good idea, and that's what it was. Sheep farm, go away. Who needs sheep? Okay, you like that, and that there, you there, you there, and I've got to do one more there. That one will come down like that. Okay, so that's going to get the right approach curve into what stations is? Laughing Way, I think. How does this look? If I was to then come across like that, it's too high. Okay, I can fix that if I do this. Yep, and do this, and do this. Okay. And then draw a line across there like that, and there we go. So it's a 1, and then it's a 1. Like that. Grab this. You come down to here. You come up to here. You come down to here. And you go up to there. Awesome. And then I'm just going to draw straight lines here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's do that, and then we'll do that. That zoomed in way too much, Mark. So that's going to be the entry point for the station here, and then I'm going to do one like that, one like this, like so. That should be. Actually, let's take that back a little bit. We'll do that, and we'll do that. And that should be a good exit point. There we are. Looks good. Every line connected to every other line, which is always good to see. I'll add more crossovers as demand, funny enough, demands it. Something someone asked me in the comments of last episode was, how do I get platforms to span a 4-track main line and still be part of the same station? I will show you that in a second, because it's actually something that I have been doing for a while and not actually done a, not really a tutorial, but just a quick mention of how I'm actually doing it. So I will tell you, because it's only fair that, you know, I didn't know how to do it at the start, and I was sat there scratching my head, and then I saw a video where they said how to do it. How long's this? I'm losing track of how long these stations are. So yeah, I will show you, or I'll tell you how I do it in a second, once I've finished putting down all of this. So that's there. I then need station sign, which is down here somewhere, I believe, on this particular list. There it is. And then all the way back up for the CTAs. There. And then schedule. There. And then shelter. There. Okay, so how do I do it? I hear you ask. I do it like this. So let's just pop a station down. Let's see if I want it to go there. What you then do is you come over here, you press and hold Control. Let's just say if I drag it out again like that, and you see you come up with the list. Now we've got 2 stations with the same name, which doesn't help. So let's quickly change the name of this one. Great Bromfingberg West. Okay, so then what you do is you press and hold Control as you drag, or even as you click, and then there's Great Bromfingberg West, and you select it. And that's now a full station that goes over the tracks. And that's how you do it. Simple as that. It's a nice little tool to have. I'm quite pleased that it was brought into the game. It's a very handy thing. I think I've done this station 2 tiles too long anyway, so let's choke this back slightly. There we are. 4-track, perfect. 4 tile, sorry, not track. Okay, and then we're going to come down here. Again, do I want to connect Gindhead to Fedworth? I don't think I do. I think that's going to be too much to ask. But definitely... Oh, hang on. Hang on. I've made a faux pas. Big faux pas. I need to do the signalling first. And then I'll pop the stations in. Right. So you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You go there. Which means this one goes there. Like that. Take this up to 11. So 6 was there. 7, 8, 9, 10. You go there. You go there. Like so. Now I can put the platforms in. Okay, that's actually exactly where it was. It's annoying. Actually, I say it's annoying, but if it had been in a different place, First of all, the signals wouldn't have gone all the way through because there's a station in the way. Second of all, there's no guarantee that it would have actually been here still. But that's how you do it. You end up placing the station either side of the main line. I always put an underpass or a bridge in. It actually doesn't affect the station, it's just for aesthetic purposes. That's why I do it. So that's the only reason. In fact, all of these tiles that I'm using here are for aesthetic reasons. There's no practical advantage to using them. I just think they look nice. I am particularly fond of the single sided ones, because I don't know what it is about the default station. It's got a station building on one side, yes, and it's got platforms on both sides, and if you have it 2 tracks or more, you get the arched roof as well, and it looks very nice. But at the same time, it looks really stupid. So I'm not a big fan of it. And some of the new GRFs, like the city station, does exactly the same thing. It just doesn't look right. There's something about the idea of it being I don't know, a platform either side of the track. It doesn't look right. I have done it at GSJ because it's a mainline terminus, and I think it's called the Barcelona system or the Spanish system, where you have a platform either side of the train. When the train arrives, say the left hand side doors open first for people to get off, and then the right hand side opens for people to get on. Kind of like how a roller coaster loading station works. That's to speed up the flow of people. The Docklands Light Railway has it at Tower Gateway. Forgot what it was called then. Tower Gateway has that system. That's why it's got. Originally it was 2 platforms they had there, as in 2 track platforms. Now they've got 2 platforms with a single track, so they can adopt that system. Because apparently it's very busy in the morning. Every time I've been there, it's been quiet as a mouse. But apparently it's busy in the morning, so there's a lot of people getting on and off. Right, we've actually extended this track to this new station here, and we've done it in a way that there's only 3 stations, I think it is. How long's this episode been? 22 minutes. There's only, what, 3 new stations? 4 new stations. So that's, we won't include that one because that's the new terminus, but 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 new stations between Fenninghead Cross and our new terminus. So I think it might be a good idea if we just extended all existing services. I've also noticed that this bridge might have to go in the future if we decide to extend the platform out more. Right now we don't have to worry too much about that. So let's just having a quick look at this. Where are my intercities? They all disappeared. There's 1. Okay. There's 2. There's 3. So I think they're still trying to bunch themselves out again. Can't imagine I've done myself many favours with this. Yeah, you're running 12,000 ticks late. Alright, so let's go back down to GSJ a second, make sure everything's running okay here again. So 4 out of 7 platforms are currently full. That's fine, means there's capacity. It's the annoying thing when you start a service for the first time. That's why I'm another big advocator of extending existing services rather than just add new services all the time. Because in reality, you know, they do just add stops to an existing service. They don't necessarily introduce a brand new service. Right, let's go down here. I want to go onto this. Oh, it's a good thing I came down here actually, otherwise I wouldn't have spotted these guys. No, come on, go away. Go away. Thank you. Right. Have I got any more under withdrawn? No, you're all gone. Good. Good, good, good. Right. Express. This is where I completely mess up this timetable again, even though it's only just sort of been finished. Where are you going? Ah, you're going to Dartbourne Train Depot. Okay. Pause the game quickly, because you're about to start the new rota, timetable, round is probably the best way. So Fenninghead Cross. I'm going to pop you in again. Where are you? We're a long way away. There you are. And between you and you, you're going to come all the way up here to Laughing Way Heights. So you're going to be 750. You're going to be 750. Put you on autofill, like so. So that one's done. Now I need to grab one of the slow trains, stopping trains. Fenninghead Cross, there you are. Right, so you get to Fenninghead Cross. There. So you're going to stop Fenninghead Cross twice. You're then going to stop at Trentham North twice. And then over here at Fedworth. Is it Fedworth or Fedeth? It's weird. Because I know in England, places like Greenwich are spelled Greenwich, but we say Greenwich, and Warwick, and Norwich. So I'm wondering if it's the same here. Although we say Ipswich, we do actually say the witch in Ipswich. We're a weird country when it comes to pronouncing things. Most definitely. Right, so let's just fill in this again. So you are only 50. You are 1500. Like so. Autofill. And now this should start from the bottom again, going all the way up, including our high-speed trains. I'm not going to add any more trains to this service right now, because that increases capacity on the line then. You can just add more new services in to link up more stations. That's kind of what I want to do now. How fast are you going? Aha, so this is what I like about this. That's currently going at 100 miles an hour to match the speed of this train, so that it will be going at the same speed and won't have to stop. This one will probably be doing the same in a second. It's doing 125 at the moment, but I imagine once it gets within sort of this distance, it will start slowing down. It might not have to. Although, there we go. It started to fluctuate on the hill. There's a fairly big gap still. Again, it might not have to, because we're nearly at GSJ. Anyway, guys, I think that'll do it for today. We're coming up to half an hour. It's a good time. If I can get all my episodes to be this long, I'll be quite happy. Because half an hour is a good bite-sized chunk of OpenTTD per day for you guys. And it's very good for me as well. So, all that's left for me really to say is thank you very much again for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you're enjoying a series, drop some comments down below for ideas for future episodes. And until next time, I will see you soon.